Hello, hello. Okay, welcome back. Episode 174. Gonna do a problem with it in C++. Probably call it that because I want to continue working on my my project. I did say that I was gonna stream the project soon, which I will. But yeah. So, but yeah, been working on it here a little bit. Kind of learning about an entity component system and kind of how. Right now, I'm trying to get the movement sorted out, but I have to figure it out and look at this a little bit more. But should get it soon, hopefully. Definitely tough to think about. Definitely hard with the syntax and everything. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Let's take a look here. Take a look at our daily problem. Take a look at our daily problem. Max rise subraise after removing one conflicting pair. Man, maybe we'll take a look at that problem we tried to look at yesterday, which I believe is. I don't remember what the problem was. I think it was rating interval 1500 to 1600, right? Something like that. I think around number 11 it was minimum swaps to sort by digit sum. Definitely a tough problem to look at. Minimum swaps to sort by digit sum. You're given a nums of distinct positive integers. You need to sort the increasing order based on the sum of digits of each number. If two numbers have the same digit sum, the smaller number appears first in the sorted order. Return the minimum number of swaps required to rearrange nums into this sorted order. Okay. I believe here. Trying to think here. Turn the minimum number of swaps. Right, so when we were looking at this yesterday, we're given this. So I think yesterday we kind of thought about having some sort of helper function, right? In order to do the digit sums. Do I really know how to do that? I mean, how to calculate this in the fastest way possible? Probably not, but yeah, so we're just doing 3 plus 7 here is 10. Then 1 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 1 is 10, 1. Right? So that's what we need to do. We need to get this, right? 2 being 10, 1. Right? And we're going to do that by having a little helper function here, right? Once we get that, we want to sort the digits based on their digit sum. So swap 37 with 100, right? And I feel like we can probably do that by maybe indexing the same position in a way, and then swap them and just count the number of swaps. That sounds a little bit more, a little bit too easy, but it's definitely going to be very difficult to implement that. But let's kind of focus on this helper function here. and how we're going to be able to think about that. Let's take a look here. Is there a better way, or is there a faster way to be able to do this? Sorting by digit sum Python. Here we go. Sorting by digit sum. Sorting list of numbers by the digit sum in Python can be achieved by using the sorted function with using a custom key argument. Digit sum, digit sum, 4-digit in string num. Okay, so it's Python, but what are we doing? We're taking the sum of int digit, 4-digit. So we're taking each digit and we're taking an integer version of it, casting it to an integer here, and we're casting this to string here. Okay. That obviously will not work in C++. So I guess we can start off by fetching problem here. What is this called? 3551. Fetch 3551. Reload all. Okay. Yo, Light, dude. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? How's your day been? Man, my roommate's making food outside, dude. I'm fucking getting hungry a little bit, bro. Getting a little hungry. So I guess since we're like thinking about it in a C++ way, I'm thinking how. So int digit sum. Probably want to pass in nums, right? God, I need the problem over here on this side of the screen over here, bro. Maybe we can. Something about digit sums in C++. How can we do that? I feel like it's gonna be so much more of like a harder way to do it. Yeah, we don't. I remember yesterday we don't need negative numbers here, right? No sub functions in C++. It's 5 a.m. here right now in India. I'm trying to learn C and OS stuff. Let's go, Light. That's the grind, bro. That's the grind, baby. Ethan says no sub functions in C++. Yeah. Hey, that's what I assumed. So I probably have to do it probably this way here, right? I mean, I don't think we're dealing with negative numbers anyway, right? Yeah, because this would directly be positive integers, so we don't even need this here. We just need the sum while n is greater than 0. Sum plus equal to n%10. Add the last digit. Ah, shit. See, I didn't know about that little function there, but let's put this over here so I can see it better. You wrote a subfunction in Visual Studio just now. What do you mean? What is the subfunction? What subfunction are you talking about? Are you talking about in the game, or what are you talking about? I have no idea. Man, my roommate's food smells so good right now, bro. Oh my gosh. Line 22, it's just not valid code. You talking about here, bro? I assume this is what you're talking about, but of course your Leetcode problem for Leet++. Of your Leet. Oh, okay, yeah. It's not a type name. We need int here, right? Expected. What the fuck is this talking about, bro? I got my fucking shit here, dude. So while while num is greater than 0. What do we want to do here? Somehow we want to take I guess we probably want num. Why am I getting this error here, dude? What is going on? Am I missing some fucking colon somewhere in here? I'm not sure why I'm getting this, but okay. While num is greater than 0, we want to take our sum plus or equal to n% 10, add the last digit. Check Discord. Okay. Check Discord. But I'm just saying you can't write a function inside a function C++. You're thinking of Python. Ah, okay. Yeah. There we go. That's my error. Okay. Appreciate that, dude. Shit's AIDS. It's a function inside a function. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so we want to do sum plus or equal to our num percent 10. What language is this, Carlo? This is C++. Trying to learn C++. Well, still in the process of learning, so so this grabs the last number, right? Grabs the last number, right? Then we need to update our num, right? So update our num without last digits, right? How we want to do that? Well, and divide equal to 10. I just want to look into the this really quick. How does this remove last digit? I'm not sure. And modulo returns the remainder of a division with an integer num is divided by 10. The remainder is always its last digit. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then obviously dividing it by 10. So if our num is, what is our first test case? What is our number? We got 37, right? And we divide 37 by 10. It's 3.7. Dude, my roommate's so loud outside. Oh my gosh. 3.7, 37 divided by 10, 3.7. How is things? and remove last digit. Okay. Yeah, shit. Okay, so this must round down. Let's just make sure it does the divide, round down, C++. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here we want to return our sum, right? So that function's done, right? So now I want to come up here and we want to look at, okay, well, what is our next part here? So we said to do a helper function. So now we've got this, right? Oh, wait, no, we don't have that. Actually, what do we have? We are returning our sum. So our sum being like this number, right? What are we passing in here? We're passing in num. So I'm going to have to loop through our current array, grab all our values. So how do we want to do that? We got a vector here, so what do we want to do? I feel like we have to think about this problem a little bit more. Maybe you know, we get it in this form, but will this form be able to solve the question? That's the thing. I guess we want to think about the way that we want to do it, right? We get 10-1. What do we want to do though? I feel like if we create a new array, maybe, like, you know, we have 37, 10, right? And then we have 10-1. You know, maybe we can sort this array. With some sorting algorithm, and then every time we're swapping the indexes, we swap it in this as well. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like that's probably the brute force way. I don't know though. I really don't know. I'm really not sure how to go about it. Definitely a tough problem. Trying to think. How fast? What are the 10 to the power 5? So I don't think a brute force is really gonna work here. I feel like this is gonna be a lot of code, dude. Oh my gosh. Damn, man. Definitely tough. I just don't know how we're gonna do the swapping, and I feel like the swapping is the hardest part here, right? I don't know. Maybe we can take a look at a different one, different problem or something. See what else there is. Watering plants too. I don't know. Should we check it out? See what it's about. Watering plants too. Watering plants too. Maybe we should take a watering plants 1 first. It is a medium problem, but it does have an 80% acceptance rate, so I don't think it should be too bad. You want to water N plants in your garden with a watering can. The plants are arranged in a row and are labeled 0 to N-1 from the left to right, where the ith plant is located at x is equal to I. There is a river at x is equal to -1 that you can refill your watering can at. Okay. Each plant needs a specific amount of water. You will water the plants in the following way. Water the plants in order from left to right. After watering the current plant, if you do not have enough water to completely water the next plant. After watering the current plant, if you don't have enough water to completely water the next plant, return to the river to fully refill the watering can. You cannot refill the watering can early. You're initially at the river, x is equal to -1. It takes 1 step to move 1 unit on the x-axis. Given a 0 index array integer plants of n integers, where plants I is the amount of water the ith plant needs, and an integer capacity representing the water capacity, return the number of steps needed to water all the plants. Okay. I feel like this problem is not too bad. 2233 capacity is 5, right? So capacity being the amount of water we can hold, right? So we start at the river with a full watering can. Walk to plant 0, 1 step. Water it. Watering the can takes 3 units of water. Walk to plant 1, 1 step. Water it. Watering can has 1 unit of water. Since you cannot completely water plant 2, walk back to the river to refill, 2 steps. So I feel like that gives it away. We don't actually step to the next one and dump out our water. Maybe we check and go back. 2 steps, walk to plant 2, 3 steps, water it. Watering it can has 2 units of water, right? So now we have 2 units left. So now that we should walk back. So you know, completely we walk back, refill, walk to the plant 3, 4 steps, and water it. Steps needed 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 14. Take a look at our constraints here. Maybe a brute force approach. I'm trying to think here. What would be the best approach here? I mean, we can do simply a brute force solution, right? Let's take our input here and put it on the screen. Right. So we're given our array here to operate on. Let's grab this, change it to blue. Right. We're given this, we want to figure out how we want to do this, right? So we start here, right? This would be -1. Boom, boom. We keep going back, right? I mean, we can simply do that using I feel like an n-squared loop would probably work here, but trying to think though. Jeez, I'm gonna sneeze, dude. Oh my god. Should we solve it in Python first? Maybe we can. Maybe we don't even need an n-squared loop here. Maybe we can just do it with 1. We can just do the math, right? Like, maybe. I'm trying to think here. Let's import this. Let's do this in C++. I feel like this is something we can do in C++. C++. Ooh, jeez. Man, what was it? What was the number of this called? 2079. 2079. G079 watering plants, right? Okay, so we're given plants and we're given a capacity, right? So let's start off by looping, right? Int I is equal to 0, I is less than the I is less than plant start size, right? That's how we do it here. I plus plus, right? I guess like plus plus I technically. Doesn't really matter. I mean, that's the same thing. I think this is just a little bit faster, but I mean, who really cares anyway? Probably want to have our total, right? So int total is equal to 1, right? Because we want to always, I guess we want to start from, we're starting from -1, right? So we have our capacity, right? Let's think here, right? Each element that we loop through, we want to handle the case that empty our capacity, right? And we count each step, right? So total is being our steps. We should probably rename this to steps. Probably a better variable name for this, right? Every single time we loop, we want to increment our steps, right? We probably want some sort of flag, right? Probably. What are we thinking here? Maybe some sort of flag. How can we go about this? We can probably do. Maybe int. Maybe we can just do int bucket is equal to capacity just to make it easier. Right. So if bucket is greater than or equal to our current plant that we're looking at, so let's do plants I, right? And what will we do here? We would just do bucket minus or equal to bucket minus or equal to our plant I, right? So I guess else if, I mean, we're really only going to have two cases, right? Technically, it's either our bucket has enough water or our bucket doesn't have any water. So maybe have maybe bucket is less than plants I, right? Then what do we want to do? We probably want to calculate the amount of steps it would take to get here, right? So I guess it's Python that I'm thinking of here. Else if, right? Probably want to look at the buckets here. So how will we do the math to calculate this? Well, I guess here we would just do like steps plus or equal to 1, right? For now, I guess we can leave that there. How do we calculate this bucket? If we're looking at let's think about this, right? So in our case here, we're looking at this array here, right? We have 5 here, right? So we go boom, right? Sorry. We look here, we go here, and then we're here, right? With it equal to 1, right? How do we do the math to go back? Well, we would have to go 1, 2, 3, right? So we would have to do, well, our current element that we're looking at, index. What would be the math here, dude? I don't know. Shit, I'm not a math guy, bro. Trying to think of this formula. Equal to plant size, steps plus or equal to 1. Well, I know what we're going to do here. We're going to do in bucket, right, is equal to capacity, right? We're going to refill it. And then I guess we do int steps, right? Plus or equal to the current I that we're looking at. What is the current I that we're looking at? So this I is technically 2, right? So how would we be able to calculate this? Well, 2 times 2. What is 4? 1, 2, 3. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps? Does that work? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if we were here and we were at 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always one behind. I don't know, I guess we might have to Google it. Steps in array back to index value 0. Steps back in the array from I. This might be a AI sort of question. I'm not sure. To count the number of steps back from a certain index in array, you can think of a step as moving one index. Yeah, okay, of course, yeah. If you're at position I, you need to go back to the start index. I steps to go back from I to river at -1. I plus 1 steps returns the plant to I. So we were close in terms of what we thought. I times 2 plus 1. Why wasn't it like this? Expected a... I'm missing a colon somewhere, dude. What the fuck? Oh, we don't need int. Already declared it. Bucket, capacity, steps, plus or equal to 1. So maybe we don't do steps here. Let's set a breakpoint right here. Or my eyeball did. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, we want the local debugger. Ordering plants. Let's step through this. So our bucket is 5, our capacity is 5 right now. Yep. So we check. Okay, is our bucket? Yes, it is. We go to 2, right? So that should be right, because we're looking at... wait, what? Our bucket is 3. Okay, that's what I want, right? 3. We increase our steps by 1. Our steps is currently 1. Now it should be 2. Yeah, our bucket is 3. We go through here. Our bucket is now 3 again. Check here. We're looking at 2. We got 1. We increased our steps, so now we're at 3. So here we're jumping to the LCF, right? Our steps are 3. I times 2 plus 1. We got 8 steps now. Then we increase this one. 9. Why is our bucket... Oh my god, we're redeclaring our bucket, dude. What am I doing here? Bucket should be like this. Let's see what it's giving us here. Watering plants. Actual 0, expected 30. Oh shit, we're not returning anything. Whoops. Steps. Let's just run it for a second, actually. Okay, we're getting 10, actual 25. Expected 30, expected 49, actual 29. Ah, dude. So AIDS, bro. Watering plants. Step through it. Bucket here, bucket minus equal to... Yeah. Steps plus equal to 1. So now we're at bucket 3. Right, we can skip that iteration. Okay, our bucket's at 1 now, so now we should go LCF here, right? LCF. We add steps plus or equal to I times 2 plus 1, right? Now what is I times 2 plus 1? So again, we are currently looking at this value, right? So we are here, and we go I times 2 plus 1. So our steps are currently 3, right? They go to 8 after this iteration, right? Should we be at 8 steps, right? Let's take a look. We start off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I feel like we're 1 behind. But I'm not sure why we're 1 behind. To be completely honest with you. So there we go. We switch to 8 steps. We fill our bucket up. Steps plus or equal to 1. 9. Now we're at the next one, right? If our bucket is here, which should be full, right? We're looking at 3, 2, we got 10. Now it should go to... So we get warning plants return 10. We want 14. After 3 hours of non-stop beating my head on my project, I'm here to see bro do code fun, way to lighten the mood. I'm here to see bro do code fun, way to lighten the mood. Thanks, bro. Let's go Ratchet, dude. Appreciate you hanging out again. Doing this project, doing this problem, dude. Trying to think about the fucking... I know I'm messing up something here, right? And I'm pretty sure it's this, and I'm not calculating it properly, but I have no idea, dude, how to calculate this properly, so... Steps here. Maybe. No, that's not gonna work, dude. I'm not sure. Such a simple problem, such a simple way I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure. I times 2 plus 1. So if we're at index 2, that should be right? So currently we're at I is equal to 2. We want to go back to 0. We would just I times 2, right? To go back to 0, right? The moment caffeine hits, I will start helping. Sounds good, bro. Sounds good. We go back to 0. We add 1 to deal with the... Or if we add 2 here. I'm curious. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure, dude. I'm gonna see. What am I doing wrong here? The issue that you're having is always adding 1 to steps at the end of the loop, even when you just return to the river and haven't taken a forward step yet. What are the plan to move forward? Bruh. No way. Is that my reason, really, dude? Am I thinking about it wrong? Steps plus equal to 1. Bucket. Yeah. Steps here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, I'm not getting rid of that iteration that we're looking at. That was my reason. Dude. I didn't see that. Actual 15, expected 14. So we've added 1. So, and I think that's because my steps here need to be 0. Could that be my reason? That's probably my reason. Yeah, there you go. Why? The first. Add index 0. Okay. Interesting. Let's take this code. C++. All right, let's take a look at that next one. Watering plants 2. Watering plants 2. This one has 50% acceptance rate, so what's different on this one? So Alice and Bob want to water and plants in their garden. The plants are arranged in a row and labeled from 0 to n-1 from left to right, where the ith plant is located at x equal to I. Each plant needs a specific amount of water. Alice and Bob have a watering can each. Initially full, they water the plants in the following way. Each plant needs a specific amount of water. Alice and Bob have a watering can each. Initially full, they water the plants in the following way. Alice waters the plant in order from left to right, starting from the 0th plant. Bob waters the plants in order from right to left, starting from the n-1 plant. They begin watering the plants simultaneously. Oh shit, dude. Here we go, bro. So you're doing it in C++? If yes, then I am useless as a comb to a bolt. Just try and help me out, Ratchet, dude. Just try and help me out, bro, if you can. It's definitely a lot harder to think about it in C++ for me too, bro. I feel like absolute bot sometimes, but it's whatever. Takes the same amount of time to water each plant regardless of how much water it takes. Alice and Bob must water the plant if they have enough in their can to fully water it. Otherwise, they first refill their can instantaneously. And water the plant in case... Dude, there's so many cases to think about here, bro. What the fuck is this? In case Bob, Alice, and Bob reach the same plant, the one with more water currently in his or her watering can should water this plant, bro. Where they reach the same plant, the one with more water currently in his/her watering can should water this plant. If the same amount of water, then Alice should water this plant. Given a 0 next array plants of integers where plant size is the amount of water in the ith plant needs, and 2 integers, capacity A, capacity B, representing the capacities of Alice and Bob's watering cans, respectively return the number of times they have to refill to water all the plants. So this time we're not calculating the steps, we're calculating the watering here. So Alice and Bob, they both can hold 5 units of water. So Alice starts here, Bob starts here. Let's think about this. So Alice starts here. Guess we can do like Alice can be green, right? Alice, right? Let's do Bob can be blue, right? So Alice starts here, right? Alice goes here, right? So Alice does these two. Bob, they're doing it simultaneously, right? So Alice, Bob, right? Alice, Bob. Bob needs 1 refill coming here, right? I think that's initially Alice and Bob. Well, I really want to, but I haven't touched that language. Started with Python and currently got only Python, JS programming languages in my arsenal, and some funny reason I know brain a few CK language. My friends dared me to learn it. Let's go, dude. Go to, bro. Yeah, I started off mainly with Java. Then I kind of learned Python, and I wouldn't say I know JavaScript like extremely well, but you know, I've done a lot of web development with JavaScript. I mean, it's kind of like pretty similar. It's like, I don't know, I just have trouble with the syntax, like just like C++, I have trouble with the syntax and stuff, so it's like all its like inner workings and whatever. So anyway, let's take a look here. Alice waters plant 0, Bob waters plant 3, right? Alice and Bob now have 3 units and 2 units of water respectively. Alice has enough water for plant 1, so she waters it. Bob does not have enough water for plant 2, so he refills his can, then waters it. So the total number of times they have to refill the water, all the plants, is 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0, which is 1. So that seems like a pretty simple case, right? I definitely think it gets a little bit more confusing here. Bro. Alice waters plants in order from left to right. Yeah. That's easy. It takes the same amount of time to water each plant regardless of how much water it needs. Okay. Alice/Bob must water the plant if they have enough in their can to fully water. Otherwise, the first refill their can instantaneously, then water the plant. It seems like a simple problem, bro. Like, it seems like extremely simple. You know, but I feel like it cannot be extremely simple if it has a 48% acceptance rate. So, is this a real medium problem? It's too straightforward to be a medium. I mean, this problem was easy to solve. The individual watering plants weren't long. Okay, so maybe it is as easy as it says. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's fetch the problem. 2105. Oh, whoops. Fetch 2105. Reload. Okay, so maybe we should do, let's do like Alice bucket is equal to, sorry, we want int Alice bucket is equal to capacity A, right? Then int, what was he called? Bob? Alice and Bob. Int Bob bucket is equal to capacity B, right? We loop through. We probably want to do 2 pointers actually, right? So let's do int I is equal to 0, and int j is equal to plant dot size -1. Okay, I'm gonna do it as Python. You try C++. All right, bro, let's do it. It seems like just a simple 2-pointer problem, but I just have a feeling that maybe it could be. Why the hell is it automatically tabbing my shit, dude? What the hell is going on here? Oh, we need this here. Okay, so let's do while I is less than j. While I is less than j. I don't think I want to be equal to j, right? Because then we terminate. We will want to check here. Okay, well, if Alice bucket is greater than or equal to plants I, then what do we want to do? We just want to do Alice bucket minus or equal to plants I, right? Then we want to check else if here, right? Let's get rid of this, put this over here. Okay, if I am right, only 1 refill should be needed here. Yeah, you are right. Only 1 refill should be needed here, bro. That is correct. You might write it faster than me, bro. I don't know. I'm not very cracked, but anyway. So Bob bucket is greater than or equal to. We don't want an else if. We want these to be separate ifs. We want them to go at the same time simultaneously. So then plants J, right? What do we want to do? We want to do, okay, well, why do I have this covered here? This doesn't need to be covered in parentheses. Anyway, Bob bucket minus or equal to plants J. So now we probably want to do the else ifs for each thing here. I guess. Hang on. What is a? It was an assumption. Oh, well, yeah, it is. It is. Else, what do we want to do for Alice bucket? We would want to increase it, right? So we do Alice bucket. So if it's not here, we just do Alice bucket is equal to capacity A, right? And then Alice bucket minus or equal to plants I, right? And then we want to count here, right? We want a total here, and total is equal to 0, right? We want to increase our total by 1. That's 1 refill, right? And we'd want to do the same for this one here, right? So now I'm going to write the code. Okay. Sounds good, bro. Let me know if you get it. They are saying in the comments that this is an easy this problem is pretty easy, but I don't know. There's probably some sort of trick to it. Maybe some edge cases. I don't know, but Bob bucket minus or equal to plants I. We increase our total, right? And then we have one more case, right? We have the case where if I is equal to J, right? Right? What do we want to do there when we have the I is equal to J? So if I is equal to J, in case where both Bob and Alice reach the same plant, the one with more water currently in his or her watering can should water this plant. So, okay. If they have the same amount of water, then Alice should water the plant. Okay, so if Alice bucket is greater than Bob bucket, then this is so annoying. It's so annoying to get used to these parentheses. Then what do we want to do here? We would just do it's a mid-level queue for sure, bro. Mid-level queue. I'm not sure what you mean by that, bro. I was thinking just 2 pointers, but am I wrong by thinking that? Or 2 pointers? I did just confirm it is a 2 pointers problem, so I think I'm thinking about it correctly, but I just feel like there's going to be a bunch of cases here. Else if Alice bucket Q is equal to question. Okay, it's a mid-level question for sure, bro. Okay. Okay, my bad. I thought you meant like the Q data structure. Can we check this both? If Alice bucket is greater than Bob bucket, else if Alice bucket is less than Bob bucket, right? And then we have our else here, right? Now, else statement being here, well, if they're the same, this is where they're the same, then what would we want to do if they're the same? What problem is this? Oh, this is the one we're looking at. If they have the same amount of water, then Alice should water the plant, right? So then we need to check, okay, well, if Alice bucket is greater than or equal to plants I, then we would just do Alice bucket minus or equal to plants I. All right. Otherwise, we would do, we'd have an else here, and we would go, what do we want to do here? We would just do, we need this Alice bucket. I guess we don't really need this code technically, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Like, so we just got a bunch of nested fucking if statements pretty much, but it's alright. Fuck it. I guess it'll work, hopefully. What are we doing here? So now we want to do the case here. If Alice bucket is greater than Bob bucket, so now we want to do the same thing. We pretty much want to check this as well. If Alice bucket is greater than the plants, then we do this. Else, Alice bucket is equal to capacity I. We add, right? And we probably want to do the same thing here, but instead, this would all be Bob bucket. My sty is hurting now. My eye. Bob bucket. Capacity B. Bob bucket. We want J. We want J. We're referring to Bob bucket here. Alright. Oh. Got some build errors. Cannot open. C uses this. Not sure what that means exactly, but I know we want to return our total here. What is going on here? Why are we not? Dude, now I can't use a debugger, dude. No. Dude, I don't know what this build error is. The link error, dude. Did I turn off my shit? Is there an issue in here? Test run stuff. A list of minimum ref capacity recipe. SCA capacity refills is equal to 0. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ratchet. Can you give me some more context of what you're trying to say? I don't know why I'm getting a link error here. I don't know if maybe it's an import, right? But I don't know. Ordering plans. Solved it, but YouTube isn't letting me give it, though it's in Python. Are you in the Discord, Ratchet? Maybe just Discord DM it to me. I think I might have solved it here too, but I'm not sure because I don't have my debugger anymore, so I'm not sure. Oh my god, I'm not increasing, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, I'm not increasing I plus or equal to 1. I wish we had an option to give chat to give SS. Yeah, I'm not sure, dude. If you join the Discord, man, you can DM it to me. That would probably be easiest. I'm not increasing I here at all. I plus plus. J minus minus. That's 3. Did you do it the same way as me, Ratchet? I would assume, right? Or something similar. Dude, now all my shit's fucked up, dude, and my debugger's not working, so how the hell am I meant to debug through this? Oh. Maybe I did it. There's gonna be some sort of edge case here, bro. I'm telling you, like... Oh! Now I need a debugger, dude. This is why I need a debugger. 21. Dude, I hate how Leetcode doesn't give you a debugger, bro. It drives me insane, bro. Discord never tried it, but let's try. So I guess here, maybe I'm gonna fix this up. I guess we gotta debug it ourselves, dude. We're leaving the debugger. While if here This is the if. I don't know if there's a faster way to do this, bro. I have no idea. Shubham Kumar, what is the number of this problem? 2105, dude. Watering plants. What's up, dude? Nice to see you, man. I've got some edge cases here. It's probably why it's a 50% acceptance rate. Need to make this look better. So we got if, else, else, if. I have a nested if here. Holy shit, dude. This is fucking AIDS, dude. I'm getting a brain aneurysm from looking at this, like. Oh, man, this is so long, dude. I'm just fucking, dude. Also, thanks for the shout out, bro. All good, bro. All good. My wire's in. Dude, I don't even want to look at this. I'm just gonna debug it in here, bro. Like, so. Even though I can't use my debug, I don't know why I'm getting this link issue, dude. I really have no idea. On line 1, we're getting the link issue, but 2105. I'm not sure, dude. If anyone knows why I'm getting this link issue, I'd really appreciate it. So while I is less than J. So I believe here this has to be less than or equal to J, right? Because we go I less than or equal to J, right? We're not going to be able to do I is equal to J, right? That case there. So that fixes that. I think plants I, plants J, plants J, plants I. Bob Bucket plants I. This should be J. If Alice Bucket else. If here else. If I is equal to J. This is down all my nested shit. J. I. Alice Bucket, Alice Bucket. Bob Bucket. Bob Bucket, Alice Bucket. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to copy this, dude. It's pissed me off. I can't even compile it, but... Okay, maybe be good at coding. Okay, maybe be good at coding, but I am like a boomer at Discord. Just open it, just join Discord, but it's saying I don't have the permission to message. Let me see, dude. I don't think you joined the Discord, Ratchet. The link's in the description. I didn't see that you joined. Okay, now we'll pass to 26 out of 57. So, yeah, I didn't see that you joined. So I don't think you're in yet. What's your Discord name, dude? I just joined as Creatix. Okay. Okay, you joined yesterday. I sent you a DM, dude, on Discord. Ah, okay, this is my issue. I understand now. So we're going into this case here. If, else, else. If I is equal to j. I got your message, bro. Minimum. So they do if here. Rake. What is that? Dude, this is literally so AIDS. Let me know when you send that code, Creatix. I'll take a look at it. Hi, hey bud, what's the problem? I don't know, I'm getting a link error here in this code, so I can't really debug this, so it's kind of pissed me off, but I probably overthought this way too hard. I feel like I can probably do it way easier. Just solving this this problem here, 2105 on Leetcode. Are you good at coding? Not really, dude. I just enjoy doing it. I'm alright, I would say. Probably average, but nothing incredible, dude. So, if I... Oh, where am I back, dude? Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I do feel like I over-engineered this way too hard. Let's remove this. I feel like I can do this way more simply. So we have I++, J minus minus. What do we have here? We have if Alice bucket is greater than or equal to this, we remove it, we increase the total, right? So that looks right. Why Leetcode instead of a project? Dude, I do both. I just stream Leetcode. That's it. I'm working on a game right now. I just started it. I just started the project a couple days ago, but I work on projects all day, dude. That's all I do. So I just like to Leetcode for a couple hours. A lot of people ask me that question, so I like to do everything. So okay, so this looks good. Bob bucket, that looks good. I think this is properly done. Capacity B, we minus it, we add the total. Then we want to check if I is equal to the J, right? So really, I feel like all we have to check here is if total is less than is less than, so if they're at the same point here, less than plan I, right? But instead we could check Max, Alice, bucket. Oh, SSB and Semper. Okay, I'll check in a second, dude. I'll check in a second. I believe what is SCD Max, Alice bucket, ball bucket. What would we want to do here? Well, we'd probably just want to increase our total by 1. Is less than plant's eye. If it is less than, we increase our total by 1. I guess we break, right? We would break out of everything. I++, that doesn't matter. We return our total. Maybe this looks better. I feel like earlier I had it too many ifs, dude, and I think it was just fucking with everything, so I think that's much more simple instead of actually doing everything. Let's try submitting this. So we want this part. It's annoying when my compiler doesn't work, bro. Bro, what am I doing wrong, bro? Let's take a look. Let's see what you did. That's right, plants. I worked out as penguin emoji, imagine it. Penguin emoji, bro. Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing as you, bro. What is going on here? This is exactly what I'm doing. 4 separate ifs. You take the max here. That's what I'm doing. Is less than plant's eye. We just increase the total. And then break. Bro, I'm literally doing the exact same thing. What is going on here? Alice bucket. Oh, sorry, no, that's incorrect. Why am I changing that? Bro, I'm literally doing the exact same thing as you, bro. I don't understand. Okay, A minus equal to plants left. I like your code though, dude. It looks good. You see what's wrong here, Ratchet? I'm not sure what my... Yeah. If I... Oh, why am I doing an if check here, dude? What the fuck? If I knew C++, I would definitely be able to answer it, but it ain't even print hello world in C++. Okay. I feel like you'd be able to read the logic a little bit, though. I mean, it's not too different. Bro, what is going on here, dude? Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, I gotta stop editing it in here, dude. This is rather similar project. Whoops. think it's because I have this here. So we leave I++. I think we have to check here first. Right? We want to check if they are equal, right? Because then these could execute, right? We don't want these to execute. We want this to execute first. Maybe that could be our issue. Oh my god, dude. This is so annoying copying all this shit over and over and over again, dude. You can see why it's 50%. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, logic is understandable, but indentation is where I die, though. When my college starts, then I'll learn C++. C and C++ there. Yeah, true that, true that. So what are we getting here? We're expecting 0. 2. We output 1 here, but really is less than or equal to plant's I. Shouldn't this be greater than? Or less than? No, that's right. Fuck, bro. Debug would be so good right here. 4857. Hey, send the SS of your code. I got a guy in my room who knows C++ here. Yeah, I think I'm close here, bro. Honestly, I'm missing about 9 test cases. I mean, here we have capacity A, capacity B, so we're failing on this statement here, right? There's something wrong with this. So we take SCD max, Alice bucket. We take the max, and we check if the max is less than plant's I. So what we're looking at, we increase our total, and we break, right? I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. With C++, we break out of... When we break, we return, right? In C++, C++. Maybe we have to break out here or something instead. Breaker says to terminate the execution of the closest and closing loop for while do while switch statement. Does not exit the current function. Okay, I think this might be our issue. I think we got to break here. Just let him debug it, Ratchet. No need to prove you understand it or your friend. Yo, Ethan, I'm getting this fucking issue here, dude. It's not letting me debug, bro. What does this mean? Link 1. What am I missing here, bro? I have no idea. Oh, there you go. I passed. There you go. That was my issue. The break. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm getting this link error, but it's whatever. Like, all right, bro. I think I'm done. That's enough leak code for me today. I'm gonna go work on my project. So, see you guys later. Appreciate the love. Thank you, Ratchet. Appreciate all your help. See you guys tomorrow for another episode. Peace.